Jai Hind. My name is Muklit Goyal. I am assistant professor in Department of MCA, and today my topic of presentation is instruction and its types. It is from the subject Computer Organization and Architecture, subject code KCA 105. First of all, the content of my presentation: what is instruction, what format it constitute, parts of instruction format, types, its instruction cycle, how these instructions execute. First, what is an instruction? Instruction is a sequence of consists of programs which is a machine instructions. Then these machine instructions contains a group of bits that tells the computer to perform a certain operation, and these operations is constitutes in the memory, and it is placed in the instruction register. It's a format. What instruction format constitute? Instruction format have three parts. First part is of addressing mode, second is operational code, and third is of address. Address is memory address. It is of 15-bit, in which the first 12 bits constitute of address, 2 bits of operation code, and 1 bit of addressing mode. In which addressing mode it happens? There are 7 or 8 types of addressing mode, like direct, indirect addressing mode. So 0 represent direct addressing and 1 represent indirect addressing. Next, how many types of instructions? There are 4 types of instructions. First is functional instruction. Functional instruction constitute all the arithmetic, logic and shift instruction, like add. Add means addition, sub means subtraction, INC means increment, DEC means decrement, CIR is circular right, CIL is circular left, AND is logic AND or XOR. All these logic operations come under function instruction, and CLA is clear accumulator. Second is transfer instruction, in which the data transfer between the memory and the processor registers. LDA is load, MOV is move, CLR is clear, push and pop are the insertion and deletion instructions which we do in a stack organization. Third is control instruction. Control instruction is program sequencing and control, in which BUN means branching unconditionally, BSA is branching sequentially, EXE is execute, RET is return, and the fourth type of instruction is input and output instruction. Input, INP is input, OUT is output, and halt IO means if we want to halt our input output processing for some time, then we give an instruction of halt IO. All these instructions are constructed through a machine language program and evaluated through any function. There are the parts of instruction which I already told. Addressing mode. What is addressing mode? The data is represented in an instruction format with the help of the addressing mode. The addressing mode is the first part of instruction format, either direct, indirect, relative. Okay, and this data can be stored in a memory of a computer and or either located in the register of the CPU. The operation code is the specific operation, means for addition, the operation code is add. For subtraction, the operation code is subtract. So this OP code is the operation, specific operation which we are doing. Multiplication, division, subtraction, addition. And operand is the data on which we are doing that operation. It is the part of the instruction format that specifies the data or the address of data in which it is stored. Next, there are the 4 types of instruction formats. First is 3 address instruction, 2 address instruction, 1 address instruction, and 0 address instruction. What does this mean? This means how many operand we have in our instruction. Like in 3 address instruction, we can have 3 operand. Like in 2 address instruction, we have only 2 operand. In 1 address instruction, we have only 1 operand, and in 0 address instruction, we don't have any operand. We directly execute it with the use of stack organization. Now, I will explain these all in detail. What are these? 3 address instruction. 3 address instruction have 3 operand For example, we are considering A plus B into C plus D. It is our expression which we execute in a 3 address instruction. So we have 3 operand in 3 address instructions. So how we will execute it? First of all, where it will be stored. So it can be stored in the same location, or it can be also be stored in a different location. So now how we are executing it? We are executing, first we take part of first instruction, first part of the expression, which is A plus B. So memory address of A plus memory address of B, or the data which we have in A plus B, we stored in register R1. These R1 and R2 represents our register, and M represents our memory. So R1, the address of A and B, or the data of A and B is stored in R1. The data or the address of C and D is stored in R2. What our operation code is add. What we are doing? We are doing addition. So A plus B added with and C plus D, then they are multiplied. So first our 2 operations are add, and the next operation is multiply. So first we add both, in which R1 register have the data memory address of A plus memory address of B, and R2 have the memory address of C and plus memory address of D. In 2 register we have applied add operation. Then in the next register we have applied multiply of all these 2 registers. So for example, if we have 3 plus 7 into 2 plus 4, so how it will execute? So in R1 is equal to 3 plus 7 equal to 10, in R2 equal to 6, and in another register which represents our output, so 10 into 6 is equal to 60. This is how we got the output. Okay, so this is how we got the output. So our output comes is equal to 60. What now next? What we have to do in 2 address instruction? In 2 address instruction there are only 2 operands. So we have to move our memory address into register. It cannot be directly executed. So in this type of instruction, specify 2 operand or address which may be stored in a memory locations or registers, and the instruction operand on the content of both operands, and the result may be stored in a same or a different location. So the same example we are using A plus B into C plus D. What we are doing in this, first we allocate R1 to memory address of A, and then at the same point what we have done? We have done move instruction, means we are using transfer instruction. Now in R1 we will adding memory address of A, in R1 we are doing R1 plus memory address of B. This is the first part of our instruction, A plus B. Then the second part we will do the same thing. R2 is equal to memory address of C memory address of C is assigned to R2, and then R2 is equal to R2 plus memory address or the data of D. So in this way we are executing through 2 address instruction, in which we have to move, and we will not directly execute our instruction which is A plus B into C plus B. The output will be the same. There is no difference between the output, but the way of representation is different, or the way of execution is different in the 3 address instruction and 2 address instruction. Next, 1 address instruction. The 1 address instruction does not use a register or memory. it also have the accumulator. For data manipulation, we use accumulator, and this instruction specify one operand or address, which is typically refers to the memory location or register, and the accumulator is implied, so it does not require any explicit reference. So how we execute in one address? First, we allocate the same expression I will use, A plus B into C plus D. How it will be executed in one address? First, we load the value of A into accumulator. AC represents our implied accumulator. Then in the same accumulator, we apply the add operation. And before going to the second part of our instruction, which is C plus D, we have to store. If we don't store in one address instruction, then what happens? When we go to the second part, AC is equal to memory address or data of C, our first part, the data of our first instruction will be auto deleted. So before going to the second part of the instruction, we have to store the first part of instruction. Then AC is equal to AC plus data of D, and then what we do? We do multiplication with AC into multiplication. The last part of our instruction is multiplication. So in the same accumulator, we will have do the multiplication, and that multiplication is shown as the output. It is the one address instruction. Another is zero address instruction, in which we do not have any operand. These instructions do not specify any operand or addresses. Instead, they operate on data stored on registered or memory location defined by the instruction. What is the main part in this? That these based on the stack based computer. So whatever the expression we insert will be at the top of the stack. The stack work on the logic of last in first out. So with the same expression, I will show how these instructions are executed. This first we have to do push of. First we have to push our first part of the instruction, first data of our instruction, which is A. So at the top of the stack there will be A. And in stack we do two type of operations. One is push for insertion and another is pop for deletion. When we want to delete our instruction, we use pop. So first we have to push A. If we construct a stack, for this expression, first we push our first value, which is A. A is at the top of the stack because there is no data in the stack. Then we push B. So now what is at the top of the stack? Variable V, or the value of B, is at the top of the stack. Now we insert our operation A. So what it will do? It will do A plus B, which is at the top of the stack. In the same way it is done for the second part of the instruction. Now we push the data C, then push the data D, Then we apply our operation, which is add. Then the last at the top of the stack, we have C plus. Now last at the top of the stack we have C plus D, as you have shown in this image. Top is equal to C plus D, and now we have to multiply. But one thing we have to be clear, while we do multiplication, our C plus data of C plus D comes before the data of A plus B. We evaluate the values of our expression of A plus B later than C plus B. Okay. We have 2 plus 4 into 3 plus 7. In this way, we have to execute in a zero address instruction using stack organization. Now it comes to how these instructions execute. How these instructions, what process they follow, what phases they follow. So it is known as instruction cycle. The instruction cycle has 4 phases. One is fetch, another one is decode, third one is read, and fourth is execute. The programming which is residing in the memory unit consists of the sequence of instructions, and how these instructions execute, it has been decided by the instruction cycle. This instruction cycle uses 4 registers, mainly 3 registers, which is memory address register, memory buffer register, which we represent by MAR, is equal to memory address register, another one is MBR, which is memory buffer register, third is IR, which is instruction register. Okay, and the fourth is accumulator. And fourth is accumulator. So these 4 registers we use for our instruction cycle, and each instruction cycle have the unique code which is known as ICC. Which is known as ICC, that is instruction cycle code. Okay, and through this code we know about the state or phase of our instruction. The codes are 00, 01, 10 and 11. So 00 represents the phase fetch cycle, 11 represents the execute cycle, and the decode and read cycle is denoted by 01 and 10. The role of our registers is, the 4 registers we are mainly using for the construction of our CPU are MAR. What is MAR? MAR represents, or the full form of MAR is memory address register. What does it mean? कि when we execute any instruction, the memory address is defined through our memory address register, and the connection is done through address bus. MBR, memory buffer register. In that the connection is done through instruction is done through the data bus, and through IR there is a control bus, because IR is directly connected to the control unit. So in IR we use control bus. In this way we use the system bus for the execution of our instruction. With this my representation is complete. Thank you.